Hi, this is Tammy Roussel. I'm going to show you how you can thread a needle with or without eyesight. I'll be demonstrating with my eyes closed, but even for people with eyesight, as you know, as we get older and our eyes get a little weaker, it's sometimes tough to get that small piece of thread through that small eye of a needle. So we're going to show you some tricks to do that. First of all, we have this bow threader, which I found on cleanersupply.com. It's an online store that has a lot of nice sewing tailor tools. And this is extremely useful because it's much larger than your average needle threader. It has a larger base and it also has a larger wire diamond on the end. We will share a link for this cleanersupply.com website so that you can reference it. In addition, I recommend a crewel size 3 needle. These also can be purchased at any sewing store. It's a hand sewing crewel needle, and we can also purchase it on cleanersupply.com. The reason I recommend those is because the eye is a little larger than your average hand sewing needle. And then finally, our spool of thread. And I like to recommend that you have something that is going to be a little container for your thread so that when you pull on it, it doesn't roll away and be very frustrating to go find. You can even use a little cardboard box. This is our simple sewing toolkit that we use. Okay, so step 1. We're going to take that little bow threader or larger bow threader, and we're going to take our crewel size 3 needle, and the objective is going to be to get the point of the threader through the eye of this needle. And I'm going to show you how to do this with your eyes closed. So I'm going to put the eye of the needle, just press it against my index finger so that it's flat. The eye of the needle is flat up against my index finger. And then I'm going to take the point of the needle threader and I am just going to slide it across my finger and with my index finger in that needle so that I can get a sense of what it feels like when the point connects with the needle. And then I'm going to slow it down and just poke around to try and it helps if you edge your fingers up the diamond. And just poke it around until I can get a sense that the eye is going through, or the point has gone through the eye of the needle, which you see I've just done. So it can be done by touch. It takes a little practice, but once you get it, you'll get that sense of the feel of it, and it will become very routine. So don't get frustrated, just keep trying. Now I'm going to put that on the table. We have the bow threader with the needle attached. Make sure that you keep the large part of the threader facing down toward the floor so that your needle doesn't fall off. And then carefully place that on the table. Next, I am going to reach for my thread, and I am going to take a simple safety pin. Now you can also use hair clip. I like the goody clips because they snap open and shut real easily. But in this case, I'm using the safety pin. I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to slide my thread with about a 6-inch tail through that opening of the safety pin, and then I'm going to shut it. And so you don't want that tail to be too long because otherwise it will mess up your threading. So make sure that tail is, like I said, about 6 inches. Then I'm going to hold that in my left hand, and I'm going to reach for my threader with the needle attached. Now my next objective is to get this thread that's attached to my safety pin through the diamond of the bow threader. So I can feel that diamond on top of the base of my bow threader, and I can feel the hole in the center of that wire diamond. And I'm going to take the tip of this safety pin and just insert it into that hole through the diamond. Once I do that, I'm going to pull it through and it will pull the thread through. And I'm going to take the thread off the safety pin. And then the last step, I'm going to hold the base of my threader and hold on to my needle, not holding on to the thread at all. And I'm going to basically have the needle and the threader perpendicular to each other, and I'm going to pull the threader away from the needle. You can kind of hold it so that the thread will come out. There you go. Just pull the threader away from the needle until the thread comes out. And now I've threaded my needle. The next step is that we like to double thread our needle. So I'm going to feel for the tail of the thread, and the other end of the thread is still attached to my spool, and I'm going to pull the two pieces together until it measures about the length of my arm. Then I'm going to put my needle down, take my scissors, and just cut below my hands, and I'm going to tie a knot in the end of the thread. And there you have it. I've threaded my needle all without sight, all by touch.